Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this started. And please, a big round of applause for your referees. And the second team from north of the wall, we have the Glasgow Unicorns. Manchester's biggest rivals. It's from Birmingham. They are the Bulls.
Right, so we are back with live coverage here of the British Kabaddi League. This is day 2 of our second weekend here in Oldham. Last weekend we were over in Wolverhampton, and the Birmingham Bulls were dominant at 3 wins from 3. They were top of the table, but Manchester Raiders, just before our break, went to the top of the table. 5 wins from 5. They're unbeaten with a 51 points to 36 win over the Edinburgh Eagles. London Lions earlier beat the Walsall Hunters 49 points to 34. So Birmingham looking to regain top spot if they can overcome the Unicorns here. Tope's with me, and Tope, I guess with this match as well, Birmingham obviously conscious of the fact that a couple of their key players aren't here this weekend due to family commitments, but they've got to keep the pressure up on Manchester, who've now gone top and taken top spot. They'll need to, I suppose, take on a Glasgow side who are one of the stronger teams in this competition as well. They're currently at 3rd in the competition, joint on points, 9 points with London Lions. So this is not going to be an easy match for Birmingham. A good test of their squad depth too.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like, just like we saw yesterday with Walsall, Birmingham were tested, with the missing key players. And I feel like Glasgow Unicorns will definitely give Birmingham a run for their money.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be the Glasgow Unicorns in white and blue shorts kicking things off at the first raid. Birmingham in the all black with some red stripes. Yeah, might be just going for an empty raid. They're just sussing things out then, early stages.
Yeah, exactly that. I think like
overcommit.
Yeah, Pamela was there, just didn't want to do anything silly. Just looking at the defending style of Birmingham and seeing if they're going to be aggressive or they're going to be prone to make mistakes. So it's going to be a cagey one, I feel.
You were catching up with this man, the Birmingham skipper last night.
Yes, yeah, we're very, 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 very good friends, me and Samesh. Obviously, I wish him luck, but cannot be biased.
How's he finding the tournament? What did he have to say in terms of how he feels his team are doing?
Well, yeah, of course, like he knows that he's missing the key players, so obviously he's been trying to, you could say, coach the team to good standards to make sure they're able to deal with a very good raider in Premier League, of course. He says it's going to be tough. He says he's going to get his head down and hopefully do Birmingham a service.
George Hillington then looking to go for the bonus point. That seems to be a tactic of his. He always looks to go for that early bonus point.
Yes, he does. He does.
He knows the parameters of the court very well. He barely had to look, but he knew where he was and how close he was going to be. So even if he was tackled, he knows what he'd have to do to get over. What's that? We've got the unicorn sort of.
Yeah, so he's saying that basically what actually happened is the fact that the Birmingham Bulls raider George, he did not lift up his other foot when he went for the bonus, which means it's not valid. It's not a good bonus.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant hustle! Brilliant hustle! Excellent defence from Birmingham. They said they're still out nice and early with that one. Pavlak getting taken out there.
Yeah.
So,
very good there. Very good thigh hold.
2 points each at early stages of this one. Number 6 Law, he got taken out by Warsaw yesterday in some massive heavy hits yesterday.
Oh yeah,
He just trotted off as if it was just a fly in the ointment. Didn't think there was anything to it. Oh, again he's been taken out as he got over.
Yeah, I think he's
Out of bounds.
Yeah,
Out of bounds. Yeah, good defensive work there from the Unicorns.
Got the bonus point before he was eliminated.
Yeah. So 3 points apiece then. Early stages of this one. Yeah, and
Very
touch as well.
Very
Yeah,
good
good
toe
work.
touch. Yeah. So just to speak through what he did there. So he went for the fake, reach for the bonus, as a means to think that people are gonna, he's gonna reach the bonus in a straight line. He then moved his foot backwards to actually get the left corner for Birmingham Bulls. And it's interesting there. Like you heard the captain shout out, "Relax," So it kind of just highlights a sort of defending styles, So you got the aggressive ones, like we saw in Warsaw, the people that like to put on a lot of pressure on you as a raider, making you always turn around and making you always think twice before going for a point. What Michael did there was shout, "Relax." So basically making sure that his team, the Glasgow Unicorns, don't just dive in for any reckless tackles, just relax, maybe they didn't see the raiding as a threat.
And that is a do or die horn, so again going for the bonus point. Has he got the bonus point? He gets the touch. And we see the Easter Bunny hop as well from George Willington as well.
Okay, I see. Got that one. So it seems that
Catch up, bro.
seems that George was very confident that he had a touch point as well, but the refs weren't giving what he wanted.
Oh, brilliant work there.
Very
brilliant work.
good.
Oh, has he got a touch on Felix Lee? I think he has.
He's got 2 points there. Nico and Felix.
Brilliant work. So Glasgow starting off really well in the early stages here against favourites Birmingham.
Yeah, Pamela is a very dangerous raider. He's very fleet-footed.
Yeah.
Very light on his toes.
Yeah, and lead then 7 points to 4. We're seeing the two Scottish teams coming up against two of the favourites. We saw Edinburgh push Manchester. It looks as though Glasgow are going to do the same to Birmingham here. He's one of the more vocal captains, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
the Unicorns.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think that
always see him constantly talking, guiding, coaching.
Big time. Yeah, he loves to be involved. He loves kabaddi. He even told me he also loves yoga. He's one to I think channel his aggression in the right way.
Yeah. So Glasgow just quite smart there, didn't they? Again, overcommit to lose anyone. Oh, how many has he taken? Oh, brilliant work. He took about 3 or 4 there. That was phenomenal work there.
Very good.
Replenished some of his team, but he's got some much needed points on the board. 2 points. What do you see there?
No, just shouting out of aggression, should I say? Oh.
Just a single point in it then, early stages of this one. to the Birmingham captain, raiding a lot more today. He hasn't been raiding as much, obviously, when some of his first team are there. So it just goes to show the versatility of him, but also taking the responsibility on himself.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. We call people like that all rounders. You know, that can do both, do the whole defending elements and also come into raid and gain points for their team.
Oh, brilliant work, brilliant work. That is a massive coup for Glasgow. They've taken George there. George Willington there, taken out, the number 9.
Yeah, it's a fantastic fire hold.
It's a good early lead here. 10 points to 6. Got to be super careful here. They're close to an all-out here, Birmingham, so teetering on the edge as well, right on the edge of the court there. You can just see the defensive skills. Is he going to give it up? He is. He'll empty out that raid. Seems as though Glasgow feel as though they're defending well in numbers, and that's how they're going to try and get their points.
Exactly that. Yeah, you can see that, you know, Pamela, although he didn't. Oh,
brilliant work again from Law. Now that was interesting. We've seen the Glasgow player Pavlak go into the other half to try and tag.
Yeah, so what it was, I think Pamela thought that Max didn't get a point initially, so therefore he rushed in there to see if he can get a follow point. I believe Max did touch on one, so therefore just want to get more clarity from the refs here. I see. So
a point each there.
Yes. So yeah, he got a touch point, and also Pamela also followed as well. Also tagged him.
Okay, great game awareness then.
Oh, fantastic game awareness.
It looked as though they were in trouble there, but so pressure on Birmingham then, the favourites, down to 2 players. Glasgow with a full 6 out there at the moment. Yeah, he's done well that.
Good bonus point.
Yeah, bonus point. So Birmingham now down to 2. Black coming in for the raid. Yeah, happy to just empty out some of these raids at the moment. They know they've got the numbers advantage, they've got the points advantage, 3-point advantage so far. Birmingham slightly on the ropes at the moment. Defending well with their numbers. Pressure on the Birmingham skipper here. Are you thinking of emptying out the raid? Is he going for it? Yeah, it might end it. Yeah. So a bit of cat and mouse then between the 2 teams. This will be a do or die.
I think they've gone with Akash's speed and potentially his strength as well.
Oh, brilliant work! Sidesteps the challenge. We're at risk of an all-out here for Birmingham, who are really on the ropes there against Glasgow. 4-point lead then for the Unicorns. Birmingham relying on their skipper now. Has he gone for the bonus point? Great spin. Gets back into position really quickly there. Oh, and he's been taken out. Brilliant defensive work. Brilliant defensive work there from the Unicorns, and that is a really important lead that they've opened up here. They already had a 4-point lead. That's going to go up to a 15-point to 9 lead. A 6-point lead now.
Yes, it's turned this game into a fascinating game. You can't wait to see.
Yeah, and Mia much needed time out, and the pressure is on Birmingham at the moment. Glasgow doing really well there. What do you make of that first passage of play?
Oh, so a lot's happened there. So you know, I guess the brilliance from Pamelac, you know, he's their focal point in attack. He's gotten so many touch points from you know, the Birmingham defenders. The Birmingham, obviously you can see the key player. You can see that Birmingham are somewhat missing their key players, but it's now, I guess, their time to show that if they have that mantle to come back and still be the favourites.
Yeah, absolutely. We're joined by Moinul Islam, who's at this weekend's organiser here in Oldham and manager of the Manchester Raiders. How are you enjoying being the host then this last couple of days?
It's been a fantastic experience. Had the jitters, obviously. Couldn't sleep the night before, thinking how it's going to go. But I think we've pulled it off quite nicely.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? You've managed to get some decent numbers in as well, some local support for your boys, which must have been fun.
It was fun. I spoke to my team and I said, let's just have fun. Home crowd, let's enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, there's been a challenge as well because, the win yesterday, a couple of wins yesterday were comprehensive. Today, though, it was a much tougher game against Edinburgh. At one stage, they were ahead and really challenged your boys, so you had to show a lot of character.
I was, my heart was pounding, and we weren't expecting it to be that close, or even them take the lead. But it just says that anything can happen. You don't know what the next team's going to bring.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing that here as well with Glasgow taking the lead in the early stages of this one, 15 points to 9 up against the Birmingham Bulls. Talk to me about what you've had to sort of do in terms of putting this show on as well. What the hard work behind the scenes?
Well, I think the hardest thing was just to laying the mats, for example.
Yeah.
Getting the crowd in. That's what we really wanted to do. Make sure we have a crowd cheering on the teams. Overall, we've had challenges, a lot of last-minute challenges as well. Access to the venue. We had the bank holiday Friday, which limited our access to the venue. So we've had to do a lot of things on the day, put things on hold. But I have a great team behind me, and we pulled it off in time.
In terms of trying to grow the great game in this region in particular, what are some of the ideas you guys have in terms of bringing it to new eyeballs, new audiences?
Okay, so for us, I work with multi-sports. We've got our own football, taekwondo, muay thai, and kabaddi. We've got all these different clubs, and what we want to do is promote it as much as we can at grassroots. So we will be going into schools. After BKL, we'll be working on our women's team. We'll be working on our youth team, and then we will. I've developed a tag version of the sport, and that's going to be through BKL. It's going to get spread as far as and wide as possible, just to introduce the sport to young people as young as primary school age.
Yeah, that's going to be impressive, isn't it? If you can get people from a young age hooked into the sport, then obviously playing the sport for a number of years before they get to this sort of a level, it will just be that grassroots grounding that which so many other sports get, which kabaddi doesn't have at the moment. So that'll be massive in terms of the development of the sport.
Definitely, the tag version, it teaches you every single element of the sport, apart from obviously the contact. Barring the contact, it teaches you every single aspect of the sport. So you come in, you know exactly what you're doing, and that can be taught from a primary school age.
So how are you juggling, obviously hosting this, and being the manager, giving them advice, obviously your head's in so many different spaces?
I have a great team. My team, they're so passionate about the sport. And in my team, I've got medical students, I've got qualified doctors, I've got dentists. They all come from professional background, and they're so organised, and they make my life so much easy. And they're always there, backing me up, helping me out. They came to the venue as early as I did to help me set up. So it's been a very, very, very team effort.
Yeah, and that's like that spirit, that community spirit you need, actually, because this is the first time we're putting anything like this on. So a lot of the incidents will be learning experiences, learning curves for you guys. But I think you guys have been a credit, as well as Wolverhampton last week. It's been brilliant what you guys have managed to achieve in a short space of time as well.
Yes.
So you guys should be all really proud of what you've done. Lastly, before I let you go, you're asking for entertainment. You were asking for some passion from your players. I think they showed that today.
They have. And yesterday, I think, we've had the backflips and all sorts. Yes, we wanted to please the crowd, and I'd like to think my team definitely pleased the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing you and your team again next week.
Yes.
Enjoy the rest of today as well.
We will.
And yeah, hope you have a nice lie down once it's all over.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. That's Moinul Islam, who's the organiser of this weekend's raid here in Oldham, and is the manager of the Manchester Raiders. They're currently sitting pretty at the top of the table. Their rivals, the Birmingham Bulls Tope, are in some trouble.
Yeah, they really are. I must admit, Pamela is having one of the games of the tournament. He's going in, he's getting the bonuses, getting the touch points. He's making it really hard for the Birmingham Bulls defence to read him. You know, this is what we call a complete raider, so to speak. Can do most things, like, you know, similar to Ramesh. For the Manchester Raiders, can do most things, and it's really hard to defend against.
What do Birmingham need to do in terms of changing their game plan? 19 points to 13 down, latter stages of the first half.
I would advise, looking at their gameplay, I'll say, you know, it's obviously really hard trying to you know, like, defend against a Raider on form, you know. So perhaps maybe giving him the bonus and just focusing on.
Brilliant defence again.
Yeah, so
standing defence. Look at the high five. They're so pumped.
They are really
the Unicorns
pumped.
bench as well. Massive high fives and fist pumps as well. They know that they have the advantage. They have a grip on this match, and Birmingham don't have the answers at the moment. 20 points to 13. Glasgow lead. A massive upset on the card potentially as we get another touch there.
Yeah, it seems as though we're having a similar sort of match to Walsall yesterday. You know, where half-time it was a bit like, you know, they're moving as individuals rather than moving as a unit.
Well, they have a massive team talk on their hands here, Birmingham. They are down 21 points to 13 at half-time. 8 points to overturn, and at the moment, all the questions being posed by Glasgow, none of the answers so far from Birmingham. We'll be back on the other side of this one.
Good game, guys. I know what it is. Come on.
want the entertainment? Let's make it yours. Want entertainment last minute? Well, come on. Okay, so we are back again then for the second half of this outstanding match where we could have a massive potential upset on the card. 21 points Glasgow Unicorns lead against the so far unbeaten Birmingham Bulls, who are arguably the favourites for this tournament. And Glasgow's game plan so far has been absolutely spot on the money.
It really has, Ankar. So
Birmingham have it all to do.
It's the thing where, you know, this sets up a fantastic match, you know, next week between Manchester and Birmingham. And if Birmingham do lose,
Taken out again, George Willington. He's not had a good game so far today.
He really hasn't. I think it's that predictability thing. So not saying that George is obviously doing the same thing all over again. It's just the fact that I think the defenders are in his head.
Yeah,
exactly.
Play, yeah.
They're reading the play, so they know that he tends to go for the bonus, protect it, and see what he does next.
Ashok Das is telling us as well, if you play with fear in your head, then sometimes that manifests itself in your performance as well. And I think that's what we're seeing at the moment, and it just seems as though that they're so calm, cool, collected, led well by Michael there, the captain, and then his Polish counterpart doing the business with the raids as well.
Yeah, he's playing it very smart, using his experience.
So 9-point deficit then, and they're down to the last two players yet again. They've already had an all-out. Just like we saw Manchester struggling with Edinburgh earlier, Scottish teams really coming to the party today, and Glasgow could be about to cause the biggest upset of the tournament so far. That's not to say that Glasgow had to be sniffed at. They're currently third in the table, one of the better teams. They've got a record of 3 wins and just 1 defeat so far. So Glasgow are a team to be feared in this, and they seem to be replenishing their stocks, getting a lot of players fit. Here we go. Brilliant stuff again from Glasgow. He's going to go in for the kill for the second player. What's the timing now?
Yes.
How long has he got left? Has he got the touch? He has, and that's an all out. That is fantastic raiding. Absolutely outstanding. And they are turning the screw in this one, Tope. That is a massive lead now.
Yes.
12-point lead. How is that going to be overcome by Birmingham?
I don't know. It's literally it. I'm actually lost for words. This is the second time I lost the words.
Brilliant raiding.
Brilliant raid.
That's what they need. That may be the catalyst for some sort of a comeback, but the Birmingham bench is tense. They're all up on their feet at the moment. They are I was going to say slightly concerned. They're more than slightly concerned at the moment because they are struggling to see how their team come back at the moment.
Yeah, I guess Max definitely had a successful raid there. He took out 2 individuals from the Glasgow Unicorn team.
Yeah, 3 maybe. Is he asking for 3 or 2? It is. That's a massive, massive moment then.
Ooh. This may shift things in Birmingham's favour.
Okay, that was much needed. 3 points there. Key phase of play here. This is a guy who's just owning the court at the moment. He's like a peacock, just pruning his feathers. He's absolutely full of confidence and laughing and smiling and even engaging in banter with Tope during the halftime break as well.
Yeah, he was.
Full of beans.
He literally is. He's a fantastic person. I cannot fault him at all. Really good energy. Obviously, he's winning against one of my best friends, so I'm not his friend today.
George Hillington, how's he going to get over the line again? They've got him as well. They're absolutely snapping at his ankles. They are absolutely spot on the money with their taxes when it comes to George Willington today. He is struggling to make an impression on this match so far. 27-17, a 10-point lead. They can maintain this double-digit lead. They don't need to take any risks.
Not at all. I think what Pam tends to do is just go play it safe and go for the bonus.
Yeah.
Like as he's looking to measure up there.
Oh, that's poor defending again from Birmingham. He's going to take 2, has he? Just the one there. Just keeps their noses in front by that double-digit margin. 28 points to 17, 11 point in the lead. How's he claiming? He needs a touch and a bonus. Got to start picking up bigger points rather than just some single points. Oh, brilliant defending again. Has he managed to get to the halfway line? I don't think he is. He's out of bounds as well. Out of the lobby. Gets a bonus though. Gets a bonus and a point each. So as you were, 11-point gap. The second half of this one, and
so I think I can kind of see what's happening here when it comes to the Glasgow Unicorns' strategy, especially when it comes to Pam. What he's doing is just checking. He's not doing anything. He's not going to waste or risk being, tackled. He's just going to waste time, knowing that they're in the lead, and actually only risk things when it comes to the do-or-die raids.
yeah. I guess with a do-or-die, he could obviously get one of his teammates to go into the do-or-die. One of the players they could potentially sacrifice. Yeah, that's much better. Is that 2? It is 2 and extra points, and maybe that's 3. We're just waiting to see there, the 2 points. Okay, so the 9 points gap.
Exactly as you said, Anchor.
Key phase of the match here. Key point in the tournament, you feel, as well, because if you can just start finding chinks in the armour of the stronger teams. Brilliant work. Great raiding again. Number 4's really backed up Howlack today as well, hasn't he?
He really has. I guess he's got the muscle, so to speak, so he can go in for the do or die with a higher chance of getting back.
Hillington, well, struggled to make an impression. Needs something special from him. Looks to have got the bonus and the touch. Oh, that was interesting. Has he got the slide? That was incredible. Like a cat.
Yes.
Brilliant work. Absolutely outstanding. He is absolutely owning this match at the moment.
Really, really is. That game.
That was really slack from George Willington there. He just really should have been more alert. It's like the quarterback at the moment, just like pulling all the strings right now.
Definitely, especially in attack. He's a formidable raider, so it is very hard to defend against him, and he's got that wisdom, as you can see. He did that follow, that pursuit, and paid off. And as you can see, he's even.
Glasgow not happy with their defender there. Felt like he was lulled into it.
Yeah.
Number 16. Pavlak here will try his best to wind the clock down a bit here. They've got a comfortable lead at the moment. 9-point lead. Could be too much for Birmingham to overcome, and Glasgow with lots of confidence at the moment. Has he got the touch? That could be massive. Yeah, and he's got it as well.
That is very key.
Yeah, massive moment there. Pavlak has been taken out of the game. And he won't be coming straight back in as well, because there's another player for Glasgow currently out. So this is a key phase now. If Birmingham can capitalise, Pavlak's been pulling the strings so far. They've got to get the defence right. That's 4. That's 4. They've given away some 4 points there. Is that 3? That's 3. That's 3. Oh, that is a massive mistake from Birmingham yet again. They're just failing to keep their cool. 11-point margin now.
It's Super 8.
All sorts of fun. They're just making too many mistakes, Birmingham, today, and Glasgow just so super tight, super on it.
Yeah, they are. They're playing more as a unit. You can definitely see, especially in defence. Yes, Pavlak's doing fantastically well in attack, but
excellent defending once more. Not getting a sniff at the moment, the Birmingham Raiders.
Not at all.
Whenever Birmingham's Raiders go and try and steal a point or two there, they're really struggling. Just feel that one Birmingham player needs to get a grip of the match, a bit like how Pavlak's done for Glasgow, and he's really set the tempo, set the pace.
Again, it's a time where he doesn't need to do anything too risky.
Yeah, massive 12-point lead. Could be one of the big shocks of the tournament here. Could be a key moment in this tournament, seeing Birmingham in this situation really gas up Glasgow going forward, because it's a massive coup for them as we see Law come over the line for 2, potentially the bonus as well. Yep, so he gets a 2. It's a 10-point deficit.
There's a substitute going.
Yeah. George Willington going out, so you just usually expect him to be one of the key men for Birmingham. He's been substituted out. It's not been his day so far, not been Birmingham's day so far. Felix Lee hasn't been able to make much of an impression so far. We usually see his defensive skills leading Birmingham. The Gupta brothers, who aren't here today, well, sorely missed so far.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's a really good corner, and obviously Kesha with his Inspector Gadget arms as well and legs. He's normally the focal point in attack for Birmingham Bulls, and yeah, they're definitely missed.
So Glasgow, have they got now the maturity to see this one out? Really well. Won yesterday. 39 points to 29 over the Leicester Warriors. This would be a massive coup, one of the biggest upsets of the tournament so far. That's better defending, that's way better
defending. And
that's excellent stuff. Tackle. Yeah, brilliant stuff.
That is a super tackle.
Yeah, excellent work from the Birmingham defence, really what they needed. 2 points then. Narrow the gap to 8. Now Good has come in for Willington. What can he do? Can he make an impression off the bench? Substitutions can sometimes change the complexion of a match. Can this be the case? This is what Birmingham need. Empty out the raid. Got 4. Real crucial phase in the match now. Pavlak's been so good at picking up points. He's so springy, so light, so hard to nail. Sometimes you get players like him who you can see the patterns of their footwork, but it's just one thing trying to actually stop that.
Exactly that. It's like I think I've mentioned it yesterday. It's all about agility in this game. Yes, although you see the pattern of their footwork, they can easily, break out of any.
Oh, excellent tackle! Absolutely brilliant. Just the one man taking down Law, but the technique. Just talk to me about how good that was.
Oh, you can even see it, I guess, in Max's face there. When he got tackled, he knew there was no escape from that tackle at all. He got a good grip on the leg there, and it's a point to Glasgow.
I'm just talking about that predictability, because if you're so good, it's a bit like the Arjen Robben, the Dutch footballer. Everybody knew he would always cut in on his left foot and just ping it. But one thing knowing what he's going to do, another thing trying to stop that. So
exactly that.
Very hard. Another point there. for Glasgow. Another player lost for Birmingham. 10 points now, the lead. Surely down the last 3-4 minutes of this one. Glasgow on course for their biggest win of the tournament so far. Yeah, brilliant defensive work yet again. The scrum coming around the back. Brilliant coordination, brilliant teamwork, brilliant communication. And yeah, they're just going to play out. That's a concession there from Birmingham. Just tell me what that means psychologically.
Yes, it's definitely gonna. Well, it's in favour of Glasgow Unicorns. They are pumped. They already got the first all out of the game, or maybe even second. Like they are happy to get going. Whereas with Birmingham, they are thinking, what could we do in order to, try to breach the defence, or even try to defend Pamelac against Pamelac. Pardon me.
Yeah, 13-point deficit now. Birmingham looks like he resigned on the bench as well, looking across. Yeah, no risk taken there again, so an empty raid. All the pressure on Birmingham now to try and build some pressure, build some momentum, but they're just struggling to put attacks together. Great coordination. Great defensive unity.
Might do that.
Yeah, Glasgow loving what they're doing, loving their work, brilliant work, once again. It's so clinical at the moment, so clinical, and you feel as though with the players who are coming back, and the players they had already from last week, they are a major threat in this competition, Glasgow Unicorns.
They really are.
14-point lead now. Make that 15, and that is a 43-28 lead. Surely it's an unassailable lead now. Good work though.
I can see the Manchester bench rubbing their hands for for next week. It's going to be a tasty matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. So Glasgow playing a smart game here at the moment, just running the clock down as much as they can. They know they have a huge lead at this stage of the game, and it's going to be so hard for Birmingham now to avoid their first defeat of the competition. If you're an opposing player from one of the opposing teams, what sort of message does that send out to you? And just see that incredible takeover from Pamelac. He showed his skills as a raider, and now he showed his skills as a defender. That was absolutely outstanding.
He is having a game of the tournament. He is.
This is a performance. This is a single-handed,
literally
best performance of the tournament so far by an individual player.
Definitely.
Collectively as well, Birmingham have been outplayed by Glasgow, but if you look at an individual performance of someone who set the tempo, set the pace, and completely owned both ends of the court, he's been brilliant. Working as a quarterback, pinching points, and you feel as though psychologically he's got into the heads a bit of Birmingham as well. Excellent right there though. Yeah, he's been taken out. Yeah,
a big hit.
Point. Yeah.
Seems like whatever Birmingham's doing is unfortunately it's not working. It's one of those things where I think with Birmingham, I guess they have to risk it all now. I think we were talking about this 2 games ago, the last game, where you're saying that if your back's against it, you just have to try your best in order to get the points in.
Massive tackles there from the skipper. Felix Lee, just a point note. Birmingham need more than one, they need several now. And a quick set of bunches as well. 13 points they're down by. Birmingham just seem a bit disjointed as well, the players not showing any understanding where they need to go back, and that is the end of that one. And that is one of the shocks of the tournament so far. The Birmingham Bulls, the favourites arguably on paper and many people's favourites for the title, have lost their first match of the tournament. 45 points to 33 against the Glasgow Unicorns. A lot of people would not have fancied Glasgow to to win this one, maybe be competitive, but to win this one, Tope, just talk to me about your surprise at that and admiration of that brilliant Glasgow performance.
Honestly, I can't fault it in the slightest. So, you know, like they've worked. You can really see that they've done an amazing job in defence. They showed up their defence, and obviously, kind of like I can't. Well, you know, me as a raider, I can appreciate another raider when they're doing an amazing job, and that's exactly what he did today. He took it under his wing. He took control. He wasn't nervous. You saw that he was even confident. You know, coming in for some of the raids, knowing what to do. He had a plan. He executed it. Yeah, so definitely a surprise within the tournament, but it's blown it wide open.
Yeah, absolutely. That means Glasgow now level on points with Birmingham. Birmingham still ahead because of their points difference. That's 4 wins and a loss for Birmingham on 12 points. Glasgow 4 wins and a loss on 12 points. But at the top of the table, the Manchester Raiders, 5 wins from 5, sitting pretty. And what a turnaround for them in terms of, if you look at it, they were hosting this weekend. They are the team who've come out on top in their home event and will finish this weekend at the top of the table as well. Psychologically, what does that mean?
Literally, it puts them in the front foot big time for next week's competition. Like, I'm still shocked.
yeah, I can tell you're absolutely stunned by that performance.
I'm still shocked, but again, I think Manchester will look at this, probably look and see how Birmingham lost here. Maybe take some notes from how Glasgow's performance and take it into next week.
Yeah, absolutely right. We'll be back on the other side. We've got 2 more matches to go. The London Lions will take on the Wolverhampton Wolfpack, and then we'll finish things off with the Walsall Hunters against the Leicester Warriors. But a big shock here in the 3rd match of the day. The Glasgow Unicorns have beaten the Birmingham Bulls 45 points to 33.
Sea level.